Hey, everybody. Welcome to OPINIONish, where we are going to do the breakdown of the Manosphere. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you're at and whenever you're listening. I'm Mitch English. Right here in front of me is Travis D.
Travis Dale.
Travis Dale, how are you, buddy?
Good, man. How you been? How's your weekend?
Well, I literally just got off a plane and drove up here to do this show from Oklahoma City. When I left, there was this mass shooting, and
why did you do that?
I did not do that,
Oh.
but it was and I got a couple texts. And I actually came home. And I saw on the news, it was like, something's happening in Edmond, yada, yada. We don't have any details. And I need to actually let people see us, right?
I was concerned for your safety. I heard about it.
And so I was like, hey, this, because I went camping at a park, and it said that it was at a park that all this stuff happened and that sort of thing. And come to find out, I was nowhere near that. But where I was, I used to live right there in that area in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Edmond, Oklahoma.
And from the last time I heard, about 17 people were shot. I didn't hear about any casualties or anything like that. And masked gunmen came out. And that was when I was getting on the plane to fly here. That's when I got all that information. Now, to freak you out even more, my wife is flying up to Newark, right? Mm-hmm. On United Airlines.
Okay.
And I get this thing saying United Airlines flying into Newark hits a delivery truck.
What?
In Newark this morning. And so I'm texting, hey, are you all right? And I don't get a response for a while. And so finally she's like, hey, landed, I'm here. And I go, was the landing okay? Was everything all right? And she's like, yeah, she had no idea what I was talking about.
It was a different flight.
Completely different flight.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, the flight is the same one I'm going to be taking when I come back from Italy next month, from Venice, over to Newark. I'm flying on that flight, the flight, whatever.
The one that just had the mishap.
163. Yeah, can you believe that? I don't know have you seen the video on this yet? I mean,
no, I haven't.
So apparently the plane was coming in, and it's Newark Airport. It's those planes come in right over the highway.
Okay.
From my understanding, what I got, and we'll learn more, of course, is that it hit a light post. The wheel came off and hit this truck. Now, this truck driver that's inside this truck has a camera on.
Oh, they got dash cam.
And all of a sudden you just hear this thing blow up. I don't know what the condition of the guy or everything. I'm sure by the time this goes out that we'll have all that information, but it was just so weird. All this stuff happened to me in Oklahoma City. They had a mass shooting, and in Newark, this airplane that on United Airlines, which my wife was flying United Airlines that morning into Newark. Freaked me out. So my day's been kind of stressful. And we did one of these where we parked the car. Since she left this morning, she parked the car at the airport, and then I have her keys, and then I'll just pick it up, the car, and take it home. And so she took a picture of like where she parked and everything. I was like, oh, okay, great. Well, she took United, obviously, and I took Southwest. So I get off, and I'm walking all the way through looking for Armadillo 2F. Oh. And so I go, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's two sides to this airport here in Orlando. And come to find out. So I got my cardio in. Maybe I might have been here probably about 20 minutes earlier had I.
Oh, that's all right, man.
Knew that.
I had a good weekend too. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Well, that is what's happening in my world.
That's a wild story of circumstances. And I actually went to a derby party. Did you guys?
Kentucky Derby?
Kentucky Derby, yeah. Golden Tempo came from dead last, got first place, won. First female trainer. It was a history-making moment. Did you watch any of it?
I didn't watch any at all. I was camping all week.
No, that's right. You were off the grid.
I was literally off the grid because I would go up on top of a hill and text y'all and say, hey, I got hooked up to the satellite. I just want to let you know, here's my flight. Yeah,
that's right.
Did you guys wear the hats and do all the dress up and stuff?
No, I didn't wear anything. It was a low-key one, but I was. Yeah, I was completely naked.
You were the hit of the party. That's awesome. And mint juleps, did y'all drink those?
Yeah, I mean, I was greeted at the door with one. I got some good friends. But yeah, it was a fun time. The winner, we did have a pot. Everybody threw in $20. $380 walked home.
Have you ever heard, the Zucker brothers who did Airplane?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever hear the story about a horse that they bought?
No.
Okay, so this is a true story. You can Google it.
Okay.
They said, just for a joke, they went and bought this horse and named it Pink on the inside, called it Pink.
Pink.
Right?
Okay.
So just to get the announcer to say, and here comes Pink on the inside. They did, and they purposely, as the legend goes, they purposely told the jockey to stay on the inside, try to be last.
Or else the joke won't work.
The joke wouldn't work at all. But they bought a freaking horse just to do that. Right? I mean, that's dedication to comedy, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
I love that. Well, speaking of dedication to comedy, we had a great show last week, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was my first time honestly doing this on the camera. And, I watched it back. I got a lot of good feedback from friends and family. But, I noticed that, I'm sitting here talking to the guests. We were talking to Matt last week, and it's just a lot of neck right here. I don't know.
If you noticed that.
I just noticed. I know this is my better side. I got a little dimple.
It's very nice.
So what I'm thinking, we mount a mirror on this wall over here, and I just face this way and talk to the guest behind me, looking into a mirror. Is that something we can maybe look at?
I can 100%. I can rig anything.
I'm joking. I'm not that insecure, but maybe I could tighten up a little bit here, do some mewing is something I was doing some research on.
I did some as well because I knew we were going to talk about this. You two, I don't know if you knew, I got a facelift like 6 months ago, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything. I noticed.
But I did what you were saying. It bothered the hell out of me when I would look at Andrea on the air. And
so you've been on air for what, 30 years broadcasting? Were you kind of hypercritical of your parents early on?
Well, first off, when I was 170 pounds, obviously I was like heavier.
Didn't notice.
I didn't. What? Obviously, the biggest problem I have was I couldn't point to the Mid-Atlantic area because my belly was in the way.
Right.
But and then Al Roker ruined it for all fat weathermen, and I lost weight. But then I also became more conscious of just how I dressed and I looked. And then it's those little things where I can see now where people develop this body dysmorphia. You know what I'm saying?
They get hyper fixated on their looks and they feel like they got to make adjustments. They make little tweaks and then it kind of snowballs from there. It gets out of control.
And I went through that. So every time I would look at Andrea, I would see my what I call my little lizard thing that would just hang down here from leftover from when I had gained weight. Plus I had a little of it beforehand.
It's like a gobbler, right?
Yeah, basically. And everybody says, I never noticed it. I go, I always saw it. And so it was one of those things that it bothered me.
And that's the truth. Honestly, it's something that you fixate on. Everybody else got their own problems. They're really not even noticing, but it's something that's huge in your mind.
It's psychological, right? And the mewing thing, I think with a lot of people that they want to be, that's how they really become famous. If they are good looking and, and they feel like, obviously people like looking at beautiful people. I mean, I understand it. And I can understand going to the extremes of things, but but they say mostly it's like when you have plastic surgery, look at Michael. I mean, it's just Michael Jackson.
Yeah, we were talking about Michael last week too.
It's addictive.
It is.
All right. So you can see I was pretty excited. I'm hyped up on Dr. Pepper. Liza is out of town, as mentioned, and she didn't know I'm
a free bird.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, about a million and a half.
I would say I went through a 12-pack day of Dr. Pepper strawberry and cream. So much so, in lieu of coffee in the morning, I was making hot Dr. Pepper. And actually, it's not
used
bad.
To be a thing.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And if it has strawberry and cream, it was just like a cream inside of the coffee. So it was like, I think this might be my new coffee.
All right, man, well, slow down. I'm getting worried about it.
That and the Adderall's kind of kicking in as well. I had me a Freddy's burger before I left, so I might have to take a mid-show break. We'll see.
Well, we got a lot of updates coming on. We know we talked about Sloth World last week. A lot is still happening.
Yeah, man. And this is national. I mean, everybody saw all around the world. People Magazine sent some articles on it. New York Times, New York Post is on it. This is something that is going to be even bigger and bigger, especially when they get prosecuted.
Did they mention us?
And not one minute.
My neck?
No,
they did.
They mentioned. I want to see more of the dimple. But that was about all I heard about.
All right, well, you got it, People Magazine.
But I think it's going to be something that we're in need of another Tiger King. I think because that took over the world back.
Absolutely, but more importantly, there needs to be some accountability, and there's progress. The ball is rolling on that. And to talk about it, actually, I feel like we needed to get back to our source to actually give us more details. So we brought a guest back. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but you may be familiar with him, Mitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mr. Matt Doolittle.
Matt Doolittle,
back here. Were you here this whole time?
I've been here the whole time.
Oh my God!
Well, glad to have you back,
Matty is he's back, and you got your fingers in everything. Honestly, you're born and raised here in Orlando, right?
Yeah, born and raised. And
sorry about the magic.
Don't start with me.
Sorry, oh my gosh, yeah, that was a spanking.
I used up all my F words that I'm allotted for the year.
Yeah,
over 2 games, so it's fine.
They got rid of the coach, though.
Thank God.
So so it's a good thing for you.
So a lot of things happened just for this past week.
I know, you were completely off the radar.
I was literally off the grid.
And my wife's in California, so I've already had my vices all like outlook. I just showed you a video of my cat.
But you're a true Orlando boy, and honestly, you and your family have history here in the city, and it goes back. Your family's had fingers in all sorts of stuff, the wildest aspects of Florida life. Actually, like I'm talking strip clubs,
bars.
You've worked with WWE stuff, NASCAR, Disney World.
Yep. Universal.
If it's white trash, Matt has done something. Is that safe to say, Matty?
No.
I'm not, and that I would take that as a.
Well,
honestly, this might be a leap though, but I think Matt might be Florida man.
We watched that thing, and I kind of go, yeah, I know those people.
I think he is Florida man. You're right.
Just look how he's dressed now. I don't know what does this hat mean.
So Carlos Hasevar is the newest NASCAR winner. He won at Talladega last weekend. Woo, let's go number 77 with the Chili's, and then it's Dolly Parton.
Of course, yeah, that's a nice combo.
That's a beautiful representation of white trash. I like it.
You know what? I was like,
beautiful.
I'm just wearing it tonight, and
I love
Dolly.
God, I love.
I'm actually going to the club after this. So,
are you really?
Nice.
Yeah. Just when you go in, make sure they see your dimple.
I lead with my left side.
Yeah. This is probably good for you at least, right?
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot been going on. Sloth World updates. 52 dead sloths, and actually more than needed passed away. The sloth that you yourself had a personal connection with, that we talked about, Bandit, sadly passed away within hours of us taping our first episode. How did that hit you? Sorry.
The Bandit death really hit me. That was pretty sad.
You're not BSing about that, really, did you?
No, it was really.
I know you're an animal guy. I need to say this because Matt truly is an animal guy. He loves his animals. I think he loves his cat a little too much, but I'll allow it. And you are an animal guy. So when you say that stuff like that, I want people to understand that you really are genuine about it.
Yeah, look, I had nothing to do with all the extra goings on at Sloth World, so I'll put that out there. But it bothers me when, even though they gave those animals off to the Sanford Zoo, the Orlando Zoo, whatever you want to call it,
Central Florida Zoo,
Central Florida Zoo, they tried to keep them going. So it was Bandit and Habanero who have passed away so far, and it was they were both of them.
Yeah,
we're part of the hey, we're going to donate these to the zoo to try to save face and everything. That didn't happen. So they're passing away, and they're either euthanizing them because they're not good, or they're passing away on their own.
It's humane euthanization.
Well, they're dehydrated, they're not fed well, and as I think I said last week, is when they have a bacteria system in their their organs and everything. If that is not up to par, they can die full of food.
Right.
And I think that's what keeps happening. Like right now in Florida, we're at what, 80, 90 degrees every day. So the temperature's right. And the people at the zoo are doing the best job. They have real veterinarians, unlike whatever was happening at Sloth World. And now they're dying, and it's just sad.
So yeah, Bandit sadly passed. You mentioned Habanero. That was another sloth.
Yep.
That was surrendered to the zoo, and it has passed since.
All of them have been surrendered. So you hear anything about any of them, another one.
So that is a total of 54 now.
It's something up. It's almost in the 60s.
The numbers just tragically keep climbing.
I don't even know what the official number is, because it keeps changing on what they told the state. And now what's actually happening.
Right.
So it's 50, 60, like it keeps jumping.
All right. I want to know how has been basically the response since you kind of went public with your about the former connection you had with Sloth.
With on the podcast.
Yeah,
It's been good. I got to hang out with some radio friends over the weekend.
Bo, did you see my buddy Bo? I love that guy.
Oh my God, that guy! I swear to baby Christmas, I don't know how he does it, but
he's awesome.
I don't know.
He was at his wedding.
Yeah.
But
remember Bo?
I do now. Yeah.
But everybody kept asking me about it, and one of the guys that worked at the radio station wore a Sloth World T-shirt. I was like,
just to mess with you?
Yeah. And he goes, I didn't even realize it.
Was he trying to be ironic?
Yeah. So there's that. Everybody's asking me about it. On my side of it, that I can just tell my honesty about it. And you guys know me, that I had no ill intentions on this. But I do not like what happened. I want the owner and the animal person to have some repercussions of this.
Well, you might just get your wish, because
it's happening. Yeah,
Florida House Rep, we talked about Ann Escamani, Orlando mayoral candidate.
She's talked to me already.
She's already talked to you.
Yep.
She petitioned the Florida Attorney General to open an investigation, and they have. And now, even
there was a little controversy about that, because they said that they, until they can find out racketeering, right?
They're talking about jurisdiction and certain charges that can be made. But PETA is getting in on the action too, and they submitted a animal abuse or cruelty complaint to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement.
We have that whole thing in the state now also, where our governor, Ron DeSantis, was like, we're going to go against animal cruelty. Well, here it is.
This is it, right?
Like, here you go. Like, have at it. Like, and it's also the transport of them. Yeah. Because they were coming in from Miami.
Oh, yeah.
And everything I have said and everything I will say is the truth. If they want to subpoena me, they want to put me in the trial, whatever. Everything is the truth.
So help you God.
So help me God. Baby Christmas. They were, baby Dolly. They were taking them in from the port in Miami, putting them on a truck and bringing them up here. That was how they were transporting them in.
Yeah, and so, because not only is it Ben Agresta, the owner of Sloth World, but now your buddy Pete. I want to say buddy, but last week
he's the one person I thought was good with the animals, but now it's not.
Now, he had something with the sea turtles.
This is right? Peter Bandre. Am I pronouncing it right? He was a founder of the Sea Turtle Preservation Society in the Atlantic, Florida. They've actually scrubbed him from their website,
which is
an arrow,
because he was the founder.
Yeah, he's the founder. Yeah. But for all intents, he was a very a beloved figure in this animal conservation community, and he actually cares about animals, and that was your take on him too, right?
Yeah, I mean, every time I met with him, he seemed like to have the best intentions for the animals. Like, he wanted to make sure they had the right food, the right water, the right temperature, and everything. And so if that's a difference, and I mean, that was after I left. So.
But, I mean, now he's implicated in this, too. He's right in there in the mix with Ben Agresta, because, honestly, any connection to Sloth World right now is, to quote Imagine Dragons, radioactive.
And I'm not.
Now,
like, I
that's what I'm saying.
This dragon is radioactive.
Yeah.
But are you getting any blowback? Because you work somewhere else now.
Disney ref.
Do your bosses currently, or your coworkers, know about your connection to Sloth World?
They knew about it, but it's not a blowback.
You're not getting any blowback?
No. I mean, look, if he wants to, or Ben, I will say this as Ben. Pete's one thing, but Ben, if he wants to, come at me for this or that, that's great. But everything I'm saying is on the record, legit, and legal. So that's it. Like, and my other,
your wife's a lawyer too.
My wife's a lawyer, and she's basically told. I mean, she wrote my resignation letter with this guy. So I mean, she gets it. She knows me as like, well, he's going to be passionate about it. So, well, honey, I'm in California for work. Please don't burn the house down, but have fun.
How did you feel about when Tom and Dan went on and apologized?
So early in January, you went on radio stations to promote Sloth World. Well, they had to issue a retraction video apologizing for promoting Sloth World when you were on.
I've already talked to Tom. I have apologized for it. I asked him to take that video down, actually, but he didn't. But that was part of the thing that I did with the radio station this weekend, is like, hey, guys.
Did you have to go on an apology tour yourself?
I pretty much did.
Is this part of it? Is this where it started?
Kind of. I mean, guys.
Do you feel like you need to apologize for anything?
I don't know, because I didn't know the bad side of it.
Sure.
So but I also had these connections. I had these things that I pulled strings for to be like, oh, let's.
These were your connections. Do you feel like you've tainted those connections a little bit, or?
I don't think so, because they know me.
And have you made a connection to your taint?
Yeah. Only in the morning. But everybody that knows me knows that I didn't have bad intentions.
No, you did. No, not at all.
I mean, you guys have known me for 20 years.
You got out when you found out something wasn't doing right. I will attest to that, man.
So I was like, I don't need to be a part of this. And I think that getting out as early as I did, it's now going to relate worse for Ben when all this court stuff starts happening.
And potentially Pete too. Do you think Pete's to blame for this, or how much should he?
I don't know, because when I left, he was still part of the company, so
Okay.
I don't know at what point Pete left.
So you're not ready to be a character witness for Pete?
Not for Pete.
Okay.
Well, I will be in saying that when I was there, he was the only one that was on the animal side. He was the one saying, we're doing the best for them. We're getting food from, Costa Rica. We're getting water from some other place. Like he was taking care of it, taking care of the temperature. He was taking care of the quarantine stuff.
Right.
When I left, I don't know what happened. The first thing I knew about him leaving was when that report came out.
All right.
So I didn't even know.
And did other people start jumping ship around the same time? Like, who was left when you left?
Oh, I can't talk to that. I don't know.
Okay.
When I left, it was like, and then he hired somebody else who replaced me
to take over your job,
and then he got fired within 2 weeks after that.
Okay, we're gonna have him on next. Come on out.
Yeah,
I mean, he's gonna here. This is your life.
I'll give you his LinkedIn contact.
So to kind of so because we have some other great stuff to talk about here, but how do you think about Ben? What is he going to do? What could he do in his eyes that you feel that will make this right?
I think he just needs to be honest about this whole process. What happened? Because he was and I've said this on here and I've said it on other platforms. He's a tech bro. He owned a tree farm. He didn't know what he was doing. He gave it to the experts, but what he didn't do was understand what he was getting into. So I think he just needs to make amends, say, I'm sorry, do a media tour and say, look, my bad. Like, honestly, and donate to other animals. He just
needs to disappear, and no one needs to hear of his name again.
Sell his jet ski in his house. Right?
Oh yeah,
jet ski at
$5.1 million home,
$2.5 million.
Oh, sorry.
For some reason,
he credited Zillow.
I'm telling you, go to Zillow. I'll tell you where he lives.
It's all right there.
It's right off.
Honestly, I mean, as the spotlight narrows on this guy, the internet is just piling on because they want heads to roll for this. One comment I wrote, I think death in a cage is the only just punishment for the Sloth World guy. Now, I'm pretty sure he's talking about Ben and not you.
No, I hope not me. Nope, not me.
But do you feel like that's a little steep? I mean, you said some kind of rest.
Look, I don't. What I think needs to happen, and this goes for all animal stuff, is that you have these types of companies that pop up and they want to try to start new things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. You want to do something fun. You wanted to bring sloths to the people. You wanted to bring them to the masses.
It's a noble effort, but a very poorly thought out one.
Execution was a disaster.
Yeah.
And everybody was telling you this wasn't going to work.
And his ego got in the way. So
but he wasn't listening.
Got in the mess. He was more worried about the pre-sales and the merch.
Yeah.
So that's where I lost it, where I was like, dude, you're not understanding what's going on here.
Maybe instead of importing animals, he should export his ass to Peru or Guyana and go spend some time in nature, center himself, maybe like a vision quest.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Maybe.
I mean, some toads' stomachs.
I won't say it on air, but he had a fun time in Vegas. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
More than us.
Wow. You're not supposed to bring anything back, but if there's
no,
anything you want to share, please.
He very wanted to tout that stuff and show off and this and that.
Oh, I see.
It just didn't feel like he had the best intentions for the animals.
Well, I'm sure karma will come around and visit Ben at some point. I mean, but he's not the only dirtbag that is in your life. Apparently, you know a lot of them.
Yeah.
So Matt, you know how I feel. You have this connection with Miami for some reason.
Florida man.
Oh God.
He is Florida man altogether. And if you want to get into this, I did a deep dive. I gathered some information prior to my camping trip, and when everybody went to bed, I got on my phone, everything I downloaded. And this is a world I know nothing about.
It's a world.
It's sad. It's a sad world.
I really didn't want to dive into.
No,
nobody wants to.
I did. So we're talking about the Manosphere. I don't know if anybody knows what this is, but its spiritual headquarters are in Miami, and the Manosphere is a community of controversial, ultra-masculine influencers, podcasters, comedians. Not like us. We're the opposite of that.
100%.
Yeah. not masculine at all. But they seek fame and monetization through hate-filled, often aggressive online content about women, fitness, and wealth. These streamers like you've heard of Andrew Tate and his brother. Sneeko is another one that I learned about. They post content that promote often sexist, homophobic.
Tiki-Taki? Something?
Oh, yeah, this guy.
HS Tiki-Taki?
Tiki-Taki, yeah. So we watched this, it's called Louis Theroux's Inside the Manosphere.
Yep. It's a great documentary.
Netflix documentary came out this year, and it really takes a deep dive and exposes like the mental gymnastics these influencers go through to kind of justify their content, and they take zero responsibility whatsoever, and they're pumping out really honestly it's sexist, anti-Semitic, sometimes misogynistic content to a primarily young male audience. I'm talking like 13, 14, and these boys, it's part of this incel community that's just really becoming an epidemic with our youth, and they're growing into very bigoted adults. So how are you involved in the manosphere? How did you like?
Because you have a relation. Would that be the best word to use?
Yeah. So, well,
because there's one guy that's popping up lately. His name is Clavicular.
Yes. The clavicular guy.
The clavicular.
Clavicular.
And I've actually heard of him before you even mentioned, and you've met this guy.
So I have a business partner. I won't mention him here. He's a really good guy.
But then, yeah, that's a good
sure,
idea.
sure.
So don't mention it.
We end up
Write his name down.
We end up in this stuff every once in a while, and he goes, "Hey, you want to go meet this clavicular down in Miami?" I said, "All right."
And did you know who he was?
I had no idea.
Okay.
And I was like, that's
and your friend, how many sloths has he killed?
He hasn't. He actually
Not
hasn't.
yet,
Well,
that we know of.
not that we know of. He's killed a couple other things, but
I just have to ask every time you introduce somebody.
No, I didn't. He didn't kill any sloths. Okay. So I go, okay, I'll go down and meet him. And then I tell my wife. She goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm going down with my friend, and we're gonna go talk to this kid." She goes, "What's his name?" And I tell her clavicle or something like that. She goes, "You mean clavicular?"
Yeah.
And I go,
so she knew who he was.
She knew who he was because she's more into this stuff than I am.
Right.
And I go, she goes, "Do you know what he's done?" And I go, "No."
Let me tell you, because his real name is what?
Brendan Stevens.
Braden Eric Peters. You're wrong.
Peters, right? Braden Peters.
But
really
he's
invested in this guy.
20 years old. He's a kid.
He's
20 years old. He's popularized this looks maxing craze, and where it involves biohacking, like taking medicinal drugs to alter your appearance to become more attractive to women.
Testosterone mostly.
Mostly testosterone. He's taking steroids. He took meth.
I'm back up a little bit here. He was taking testosterone when he was 14.
14 years old. So during COVID, 6 years ago.
He got in trouble with it at a couple colleges. And
yeah.
He got kicked out. He got kicked out of college because of it. Yeah.
That's the least of his controversy. Just a few weeks ago, he overdosed on a live stream. And he, before that, in March, he got misdemeanor battery-related charges for instigating a fight for content. He's starting a kite, allegedly, I got to say that. He's also being investigated by the FWC's back, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Oh, good Lord.
Didn't he shoot an alligator that was already
shooting at
dead?
an alligator in the Everglades.
And he said it was already dead, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was already dead.
But that's what he said.
What a dumbass. Anyway, that's not even it.
It's pronounced Demas, by the way.
Sorry. And then in December 2025, he appeared to run over a man in Miami with his Cybertruck. So we got drug problems.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah.
So he runs him over because that guy's up on his hood, and he runs him over, and they go, "Did I kill him?" And he goes, "I hope he's dead." And they have it on camera.
On the live stream.
Yeah, on the live stream.
That's an attempted clavicular homicide.
Yeah, we can laugh at that. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we got battery charges, animal cruelty charges, drug problems, and you're hanging out with this winner. You're gonna go into business with this guy.
So let me tell you this. I go down there.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. You guys know I know people.
You're Florida, man. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Are we doing glasses, by the way?
Yeah, if you want.
We're all glasses.
Okay.
I had to wear mine today.
I will tell you this. I went down there. I didn't know who he was. I walk in there, and he.
Now, you're an incel, right?
No. And we're at his 58th floor apartment down in Miami, and I already have a problem with Miami. I hate Miami. Just by the way,
bad memory.
The word, everything.
The sound machine? Was it the sound machine?
No, it's It's
My
a
favorite
lot.
part.
That's another episode. Why I hate
Miami is another world, man.
So we go down there. We meet him.
Any longer.
We can't sing the song because of
Yeah. So I go down there. I meet him. He's a nice kid. Here's the problem. I'm 41.
Really?
He's 20.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed like he had it together. He was looking me in the eye. He was talking to me. He gets what I'm telling him about, like, hey, here's how you need to run this business. My business partner was telling him, hey, we're going to do this, this, and this. Okay, great. Then he has to go stream, but he's got these like weird people living in his apartment.
Apparently he has like he does OnlyFans. He's streaming there.
Yeah, well, not there at another property.
They're called bop houses. Have you heard of these?
Yeah. Well, on the documentary.
Have you been to these, man?
Yeah. I've actually have.
I was unfamiliar until earlier.
No,
today,
I learned about on this
doing the research.
The research of it.
So I was there for about 4 hours.
That's
4
what
or
they
5
say for the
hours.
credit card charges.
Yeah.
I was there for 4 or 5 hours. He got us Raising Cane's for lunch,
Oh,
which
what a
I
guy.
thought was very nice.
Okay.
And that was it. And we left. We had an agreement.
Yeah.
And then he started this 30-day stream he started doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to tell my business partner, I go, I don't think this is a good idea.
So I'm sorry. When was the timeline on this? When was this going down?
Early February, mid or late February.
So a little overlap. So you went right from Sloth World into Calivicular.
No, I did. No, it was 100. It was 100%. Like one into this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Matt Doolittle.
What disaster is coming up next?
Yeah, I want to know now. Exactly.
Not the next one. I hope so.
All right. So you're doing. You're at his house.
So and I keep telling him, I go, I don't think he should be having these friends around him. He's got this other guy, Andrew Dronick, who's another influencer, and they're just bad people around him. And I go, one of us has to go down there. I go, it's not going to be me.
Okay.
So my business partner goes down there, and that's when all hell broke loose. Like he couldn't contain what was going on down there because Clavicular had a bunch of yes men around him.
Yeah.
Nobody telling him, hey, no, don't do that. Hey, no, don't go out and do that tonight. Hey, don't get on that yacht with.
So he's just surrounded by bad influences and too much money and too much
money. He's
access.
I won't say, but he was making a lot of money a month.
Yeah. This is all from streams.
All from streams, all from potential partnerships and everything else like that, which went away once he OD'd because, you got a 20-year-old. You can't be ODing, bud.
No,
like that.
Live streaming.
You can't be doing meth.
You can't be doing that. Well, that was never out there as
that's part of this thing.
I thought meth makes you unattractive, right?
No,
they
give you that and all that stuff.
So you know why they do that for bodybuilders, right?
It's to lose your appetite, right?
No, it's to basically suck that, and it sucks in your water weight.
Oh, okay. I need to get some meth.
But see, that is the issue. So you got kids, very impressionable. I have a about to turn 15-year-old son that is very impressionable, who wants to gain weight and wants to look good. And he sees these idiots.
But that's that thing.
Taking meth. And I know, granted, my son is not going to go out and grab and get meth, but he's thinking that's an option.
Yeah.
That's what pisses
Enough
me off
people
about
watch it, and then they're going to be like, oh, that's the answer. That's
and
a
he's
good
okay.
idea.
He made it, and he's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Continue.
Don't meth with meth.
You can watch what happened to him now.
Said Mike Tyson.
Yeah, they don't want to see me get punched in the face.
Don't mess with meth.
Don't mess with meth. So at this point, though, if you want to give your son a good option, look at him now. He lost all these opportunities he potentially had with major corporations by doing that OD thing.
Okay, he almost lost. My understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. He almost lost his life.
Yeah,
he almost died.
Right?
But,
I mean,
but
it's funny. That's the world we live in. But we're like, he lost a lot of money.
But if you want to look at it,
he died.
But if you want to look at it from the side of
higher.
Death is one side.
There he is. Right there.
You're gonna die.
Death is one side. Money's the other. But he lost all this money, so he's not going to have that penthouse.
But how's his jawline?
I mean, he can start sitting there hitting it with a pen. And it's just,
that's the thing. So he practices the face smashing, where it's strategic breaks in your bone based upon this Wolf's Law, where it says a bone breaks, it builds.
Yeah, but that
heals stronger. That's insane. So he may seem like a good kid, but like there's something wrong.
I get it, and it comes from his background and whatever he was dealing with. But I never believe that. I mean, you know how I got into whatever shape this is I worked out.
It's round.
Right.
I
But
drank some water.
the problem is he puts these
I'm not
claims out
rounding.
there.
No, you're not. I'm giving you.
You want to go?
No, he puts these claims on the internet, and people will listen to it because I mean, look at him; he's a good-looking.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. We got to
for the
pay to
most
show
part.
this. This is from the New York Times.
Oh, you got to pay to show that.
Yeah.
I'll describe him.
Is this?
He's staring through me.
That's the interview, and that was
this
right
how-
before
This was his 60 Minutes
Right.
interview, and
That-
he was on, and he walked out because they
and
started asking tough questions.
I sent the entire PR team to please not let him do that.
So you're working with him as a consultant, like a media
I was a
consultant?
consultant for my friend, and I told him, I was like, this is a bad idea
Yeah.
because he's not media trained. He doesn't get it. Like it. And
He does seem very young, and the things he says, he's just not prepared to walk
No.
into these interviews. This
No.
was a 60 Minutes Australia interview, and the guy was, just having a conversation
Is
with
it
him. and he-
60 minutes? They have 60 minutes every hour.
down
now?
under,
Okay,
yeah, but it goes the opposite
Goes-
direction.
I see, okay. Clock.
Yeah,
It's a 06.
And you're watching this is from
it
60
counts
minutes
down to zero.
But he just. So
And
this
I'm
is-
Randy Rooney. He's
this
really
is
good looking.
in this house that he was renting in Fort Lauderdale, and they had all their people
This
come
is
in.
his house.
No, it was a house they were renting for $1 million for a couple $1 million. I don't know the exact
Wow.
number down in Fort Lauderdale. And to me, I told them, I said, get everything out of there that is going to implicate him in any problem.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, well, okay, we're going to sweep that out. Okay, because you're going to have 60 Minutes producers looking for every little thing to cause a problem with him.
Really?
And I go, you know what's
Trying
going
to
to
dig
piss him? I go, you know what's going to piss him off? You start nudging him about being an incel.
And that was the question that prompted him to walk out
That's
of there.
what snapped him off.
So he doesn't consider himself an incel.
All right.
No, he doesn't consider
So-
himself lower than the tier.
Do you guys
Okay.
remember? Everybody loves that Extreme Makeover show,
Yeah.
and about
Face
where they do the
edition?
house. No, it started with them doing people, and then they
I
switched
do
that.
remember that.
Right,
That
so-
was, yeah.
But if you look right here, if you look at your screen,
Mhm.
he has a great jawline already.
Yeah, let's look at it.
He doesn't- I got a better.
Isn't there something too about these eyebrows
He
that they
looks
try to do?
sleepy.
Don't they do something? Isn't there something? Well, I think it's.
I'm sure they do like the
remember-
microblading and then, but he's
And
an
he's a
an
good-looking
attractive
kid, man,
Like,
I
I
know.
don't know
But what drove me
what
nuts,
he did.
even when he did this, he wasn't wearing a collared shirt. He wasn't wearing like he showed up in a t-shirt and then had his DJ One thing on that you have for all these influencer kids.
Yeah.
Like you just didn't look like.
So you were also
even
his stylist.
Well, I wasn't a stylist, but I saw what they were.
Thank God.
They were setting up, and I was like, "Come on,
He'd be
guys."
wearing trucker hat,
Man,
Dolly Parton
by the way,
shirt.
I want everybody to look at the screen. God,
look better.
you were not as fashion consultant.
Wow.
I mean, this would be better, right?
Jiminy Glick wants his glasses back. By the way, he called and asked for.
I love your references. Okay, look, this is me without glasses. Like I have to
Are
wear
we
these
taking
now.
them off? I just put them
I have to
on.
wear these.
Guys,
for the,
feel comfortable with whatever you want. I,
I
wore
just-
mine.
I don't want to
because
look stupid
I've
around
been
you
camping
guys.
all weekend, and my eyes, and I've been looking at a small screen. I think that's what it was.
Anyway,
right,
he's
so
a
you went
natural.
down
I
there,
feel
all
like
right.
he's a naturally good-looking kid, and he doesn't
No,
need to
he
do this stuff.
is.
But he did stuff. He's considering breaking his jaw just to move it, to center it somehow.
he does this dumb thing with a hammer and all
Yes.
this.
Well,
and
No, he
did
said in an interview he uses his fist to he punches.
no, he does
himself in
that.
the
Yeah,
face.
he does that. And then
To
there's a
break his
hammer thing.
bones.
I don't get it. Like I didn't.
It starts off it's look smacking, right? But then there's
Look
like different
smacking,
maxing.
look
Thank you.
smacks.
There's different levels of that, and
Mhm.
it starts off with just getting nice lotions. There's like the entry level is getting lotions and just making your face look good and everything, which I have no problem with that. But then when you go with look smacking, and then the level where he was going, I think has a totally different name.
Well, even on that stream, he was doing shots of stuff and testosterone stuff into his legs, and
Mhm.
I'm like, what do you like? Don't show that. Like, don't show yourself getting like, oh, hang on, I got to turn around and like,
Mhm.
so inject yourself with stuff.
When's the last time you seen this kid?
I mean, it was 3 months ago, the last time I talked to him. And
Okay.
I'm kind of done with it.
You're done. That's where you left it.
Yeah, I don't. It's not something I wanted to be a part of.
It's called hard
did you-
maxing, by the way. There's soft maxing, which is like the lotions and stuff, and hard maxing is the breaking
of the
of
bones.
jaw, right.
Look, I wanted to help him. I wanted to do my best. But when he got involved with this club thing that he's involved in down there now, that's when I kind of just
Do you feel like these guys, these influencers in the manosphere, they just lack some kind of positive male role model in their life? Like they had daddy issues.
Every one of them.
They're sad boys.
Every one of them in that documentary that Louis Theroux had done. They grew up in single family households, and there's nothing to say about the moms or whatever, but it does say they needed a father figure, and I guess that's they embraced in. And then they also, you have to say, there has to be something said about the Me Too movement that came through, that men were on attack. So I'm not going to give them a complete...
They felt attacked.
Exactly.
It was accountability.
I'll give you that. Allow me to finish here. But they took it as they're losing their grit. They're losing their power. What can we do? Well, let's just be men and just be what we already know for so many years. And that's where it has come to. And then they found that they can find their followers because they look cooler, because of the fact that they're the ones that are the alpha in the room. Right?
And you have a different opinion on this because you were back in the dating pool around that time, weren't you?
Yes, 100%.
We're all happily married now.
Yes.
But at that time, I think...
And yes, not to each other.
Yeah.
But I tried.
Could have at one point.
But I mean, I thank God that I don't have to deal with that anymore.
God, no. I wouldn't want to. No.
To be dating again?
Hell no.
I wouldn't want to go back and...
Like we all... And I think that... I mean, I got married probably... I was married the last out of all three of us. And I found her at the last... like the last point of when it was going to be a thing of not going into crazy, younger ones.
Yeah.
I think that these kids just... And there's a disconnect going on right now. I think that kids are coming back to wanting to do social things.
Mm-hmm.
So I work for a company now where it's a community thing where people have to pay to get into it and everything. You're seeing more of a younger community coming back to that because they lost that through that.
I mean,
10-year...
obviously COVID had a big effect on these kids who are now young adults.
Matt, every time you raise your hand, your camera, that's what's happening. Look at this. Every time you raise your hand, and see, it messes up my camera shot.
I'm sorry. I'll just keep my hand.
I want you to be yourself.
I'll just keep my hand.
My frustration is I can't control it.
My headphones keep falling off. I can hear you without them.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I mean, I can touch you. I can hear you guys without them. What should I do?
If you don't feel comfortable,
I just they keep falling off my face.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Well, squeeze them a little bit, man. You got them on too.
Oh,
they can. It'll
mess his hair up.
Yeah, I didn't want to mess my hair. That's probably what it was.
He's got
All right, continue on, Matt.
But I think that these kids they don't have that connection. They don't have that thing, so they're looking for something online to grab at. And you got somebody like him. You got somebody like Andrew Tate and all this that are like, no, go out there and be the man and do.
I got to talk about this, Maddie. There is rumors that your clavicular guy is being funded by Peter Thiel, and that money is coming from him to feed into all of this.
I didn't even hear about this.
This is all new. You can Google it, check this out. I did my research on that, so you don't know anything about that. My understanding, to the point where that's where he won't make any record. He had done an interview with in India.
Yeah,
she brought it up. He closed down the interview.
He has a history of bailing on interviews when he gets asked the questions online.
And she's like, "Listen, we paid you $15,000 to do this interview. You need to finish it."
I already cashed a check.
Bye. Peace. Much. You're gonna max you out. Yeah, doodle. So, which tells me there is a big push about all of this, and every one of these guys are pushing people to go to these investment. All of them have. You go here and
the predictive market.
It's predictive market. And there's online gambling.
So you kind of all right. So that means there's something going. There's money behind
crypto.
If you watch Clavicular's stream on.
I probably won't, but go ahead.
No, but he sits there and like half the time all he does is play online gambling.
That's
it. And I went, what am I watching? It's it's one of those beep 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 beep.
Yeah.
What am I watching here? I'm watching you gamble? This doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why do I care about
this? This is a generation of lost boys, and they're not men, they're boys.
No, that's a good point.
And they're resentful. They they blame women or anybody for their problems, and they feel like they're losing their grip on, dominance or whatever as a
I agree with
man. It's sad, and it's a crazy double standard, but
and you have all daughters, Travis, and I mean, do you worry about them like running? Because that's probably what's going on in schools right now. Is like because these guys are idolized.
Yeah, I've heard stuff not from them, but I've heard stuff online of guys saying, your body, my choice.
Wow.
to women. Yeah.
Wow.
Because of all this stuff's happening out, because of people like him. Now, to be fair, he doesn't seem like he's an extreme as like an Andrew Tate or somebody,
No,
but
he's not there.
there is a generation of young boys watching this content, and a lot of them are in situations where they're desperate for that kind of a strong man in their life, and they're going to take the advice of anybody. So these fools need to be responsible for the content they're putting out in the world, because it's being consumed by these people who are impressionable, and they can start resenting women and resenting people. And we need to, parents need to be on top of the content their kids are consuming.
Kids won't, and the boys that watch these will not understand about how hollow that these guys are. Did you notice in the documentary, every single one of them turned everything around? Like, I'm this, I do this. And then when Louis kind of confronted them, especially around whether their wives or the mom,
they don't actually believe it.
They don't believe it at all.
It's for the clicks.
It's all hollow. And they believe that.
It's just posturing.
Perfect. And the thing about it is that is what they're trying to portray, and tells me how weak they are and how sad they are that they can't even stand up for what they are trying to present out to the world.
So let me put this out there. Between the three of us, Mitch is married to a doctor. I'm married to an attorney. Travis is married to an educator who's done a great job. We all married up to smarter women.
Oh, for sure.
And that's how you succeed in life as a man.
Right.
Is we're dum-dums. We all got into entertainment.
Absolutely.
We all got into, we all did, we know we married up.
Yes.
So you need to realize that when you're looking for a mate out there. Like, you don't want to find somebody that's not going to better you. And that's what we all three did. And so if you're looking at this for any inspiration, that's the thing. Like, find somebody that is going to make you better as a man, because you probably don't have your stuff together.
Look, I say that they probably didn't have a male role model in their life. They probably didn't have a female either, because I am who I am because of the strong, smart, capable, powerful women that are in my life.
Sure.
And they probably lack that as well, because obviously they lack a respect for women. And
that's a big part of it. Yeah. Which I hate. Like, I don't get that. Like, I won't get into my background, but I come from a family who knew about that type of stuff.
You grew up in a strip club.
I grew up in a.
I'm not making fun of you or anything, but no, I'm just, I'm saying that you could have went down a road.
I could have gone down a road, but
my
dad respected them as workers, but also as people, and I was taught a way to treat a woman, even in that position. And that's
I just feel like we were raised to be gentlemen, and I feel like that's uncool now. But I mean, these guys don't know what it means to be a man or to be strong, to have strength. It comes from integrity, accountability, dependability. I mean, it's not what they're all about. Perception. This whole looks maxing thing is about your look and how you perceived by people.
Why do we care at the end of the day? I'm wearing a friggin' race car hat, and a
strength and manliness. It comes from what you do when no one's looking.
Character.
When eyes aren't on you. Yeah, your integrity and how you treat people. And this is not it. And they're bad role models for young kids.
We got to go through some of these definitions, because I learned a lot from this. And
a lot that I didn't want to know.
So we'll just go down the list. You guys give me your interpretation of it. We'll start off. First off, we all know what an alpha is, but a chud or a chad. Now, why did they use chad? Like, is that kind of?
You're a chad.
If I didn't know you,
I'm a chad.
I think if I didn't know you, I would think you were a chad.
Now, I used to get people would think I was in a frat. So it was like a frat boy, like a chad.
Yeah.
So just like
ultimate,
a slang term for
college
sexually
pro.
active, high status, physically attractive male. Yeah,
That's
I'll buy
me.
into that. Yeah, that is you. But chud is
the opposite.
No, there's a movie called Chud.
Oh yeah, Chud.
Something underground dweller. We need to find out what Chud actually means.
It's from the 80s.
Cyber, called Chud.
Chud. Yeah.
So when I saw Chud, I was thinking, well, that should be a bad thing, because Chud was underground.
Is it not?
No, Chud is just like a Chad.
No, a chud is a derogatory term used to describe somebody who's unrefined, reactionary, or unattractive.
There you go. And I bet you they got that from the movie Chud.
There's also soy boys is another one.
Okay, explain what soy boys is.
Oh, God.
Men who are perceived as lacking masculine qualities or being overly emotional. So soy boy, because soy increases estrogen. So
really?
they're soy boys, yeah.
Soy boys. And I guess that comes from soybean or something like that, or from the, okay.
So I mentioned mewing earlier. That's a specific technique where you can flatten the tongue let's do it, against the roof of your mouth, and improves the jawline definition and facial structure.
Okay.
So push it up against the roof of your mouth.
And are you covering this stuff up? You can sleep with those things that go underneath your chin. That helps out as well.
Really? I do every week I work out. I don't know if you guys noticed, but on Wednesdays I do neck.
Wait,
I just do neck.
He's chatting.
I'm chatting. You do your yeses, your no's, your I don't know, and your maybe so's.
You do that in the mirror?
Yeah, you do about 20 reps, 3 times each. Do about 4 sets.
All right, before we move on, Chud is Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers.
Who was in that one?
This is a movie from 1984. It was a B movie.
I wasn't born yet.
I remember that. It was,
but that's what I think.
Critters and Ghoulies was another one around that time, late 80s.
Trauma, like a lot of trauma movies. Trauma. Yeah,
like little critter movies. You know? Gremlins.
What's the guy? The Black Lagoon, the creature. Yeah,
Creature from Black Lagoon.
That kind of stuff. No, Toxic Avenger. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, Toxic.
Around that time is.
So there's also something called Jester Maxing, which is kind of a guy trying to get attention by a woman by just acting off the wall, kind of like you. I say you're a Jester Maxer.
I would 100 be a Jester Maxer.
And you probably invented this term before it existed. So you just kind of act wild to get attention.
No, Mitch and I have both done this.
There's an age
at some point. Yeah,
it's also ADHD.
It's called Vegas.
It's called Vegas. It is called Vegas, but there is an age that once you hit it, you can never do Jester Max. No. You become that guy.
Because everything hurts.
And the next day it does, but you're like, this guy's, he's on something. That's what, you know what I'm saying? But when you're younger than that age, you're fine.
You're fine. Then it gets like what? Creepy?
You're the guy, like, why are you here?
You're uncomfortable. Yeah.
Who invited the old man?
You've never hit that, man.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on to it.
I feel like I have it, especially this past weekend. I hung out with nobody but Gen Zers and millennials. I was literally, three of my kids were there.
Yeah.
And their friends were there. And I had just the craziest discussions. And it made me actually feel a little bit better about where they are headed.
Right.
Because they did not buy into any of this stuff.
Were they aware? Did they give you the rundown?
Well, no, they knew all about it.
Oh, they did?
They knew all about it.
Okay.
And they even gave me the guy who did the research on alpha males with coyotes, right?
Yeah.
Had also came out that said that's where the alpha male came from. The idea of alpha male came from coyotes and wolves, right? Mm-hmm. And the guy that came up with that research, according to what they were telling me, the guy that came up with that research says that there is no alpha males in coyotes and wolves. It's just something that we've adopted as humans, that somebody has to be the dominant one every single time. So we feel that there always has to be because we think, well, that's what nature does. Now, I have 2 cats. You still have 2 cats?
3.
All right. So there is an alpha male in the cats, right?
Yeah.
There is always one. I think it's just nature, right?
I think everybody has different personalities. I don't even think you can people try and compare animal qualities to humans, but it's like there's extroverts, introverts, people are outgoing,
Mitch,
different.
Let's just be honest. It's just because you're all the same height. Like
no, I was the shorter. I was the shortest one.
In the group.
I was the shortest one in the group. Yes. My daughter was shorter than me, and that's it.
All right. Well, there's also another one we haven't hit on, but frame mogging. Now, we talked about this last week. It's where Matt, when you met Clavicular first time, did he size you up?
My frame?
Yeah, kind of like.
Oh yeah, no,
you're mogging the frame. That's frame hogging.
Oh, my bad.
I'll tell you this from being from my basketball past.
Yeah,
the minute
basketball.
When you first walked in on this guy, Clavicular,
I'm 6'2". He's about 6 foot, 5'11". He was squaring me up.
Right.
And this happens in basketball. Like you go, okay.
And you got 20 years on the kid.
I got 20 years on the kid. I got a better jawline. I got fantastic dimple.
I'll give you that, Matt. Yeah, you vote. Yeah.
Why are you hiding it? Share it with the world. Right. He's got the best.
You know the joke behind that growing up when you had one of those. You know what that meant?
It's a butt chin.
Well, no, is that God goes, get away from me.
I used to have. So I'm going to say this dirty joke. When I used to have I had a little goatee when I was in high school. My friend walks up and goes, "My balls itch."
But you're like Peter Griffin.
Chevy Chase has one. Sparky.
Yeah. So I mean, all the big ones have.
John Travolta has one.
But that's where my mom made the joke about me being like John Travolta. Anyway, but you get squared up when you walk into a room like that, and I could tell immediately, like I'm owning this guy
already.
Speaking about height, isn't he trying to do that surgery?
He was going to, but that was all a lie. That was all.
Okay, that was
but he actually had these height increasing shoes, which I thought were, I was like,
give me the address.
you already walk around with those hovas on, or whatever.
You walked up to clavicular and you had the aura.
I already had the.
You frame mogged him. You're the alpha.
Well, because I walked up to him and I go, I don't know who you are. I could care less.
Yeah.
What's up, bud?
Yeah.
Like I was like, I've been through life.
Yeah.
You know, I've been through it. I'm married. You can like you should know me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to fluff myself. I've had a pretty involved life.
At Sloth World.
I worked at Sloth World. My dad ran a strip club for 30 years. My mom was a stripper.
Yeah.
I have done some crazy in my life.
Yeah.
You want to try to talk to me about crazy girls and this and that, and let's go.
Yeah.
Out of all of that, I love that you're your own fluffer. I love that.
Look, you guys have known me. I don't care. I'll put it out there now. I don't care. Give a damn at this point. Look, I have had the craziest life of anybody that I know, aside from my cousins who, you know, lived it more than me, or my cousin in Detroit, everything else. I have lived all over the country. I have lived on the couch. I did the LA thing. I have partied up in the mountains of Beverly Hills and seen some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Bring it. You ain't going to break me.
So you broke him. He broke his own jaw.
Yeah. He just kind of had to go, what? Okay. Yeah, that sounds
But
right.
you guys are done now?
Yeah, I'm out of it. Like,
Okay.
I don't want to do it.
Because he's getting into stuff that, I mean, they have these bop houses I was talking about earlier, these mansions where they have multiple layers.
I'm
they
not
rent
part of
out
that.
for OnlyFans streaming. This inspired a reality TV series called House of Heat. I'm not sure if he's involved in it, but it's Miami-based. They tape. So what they do, they gather 9 OnlyFans influencers in one house, living together, having their lives taped to find out what happens when you stop being polite and start getting naked.
Start getting naked.
Start getting naked. Yeah, true story. So yeah, it's actually a real show. It's streaming. It's House of Heat. Guess what streaming platform it's on?
Tubi.
Hell yeah, Tubi, baby. So Matt, that's an opportunity.
We're going to be the #1 show on Tubi.
Why don't you get back together with him? I gotta get you. I'm gonna get you on Tubi, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you on Tubi.
We
I'll
are
take
on
it.
for those that missed last week's show, we're on a mission to be on.
Yeah.
We want some
Tubi
money.
Hit us up.
If you're wanting to do a documentary on the sloth world,
We're gonna get OPINIONish on Tubi.
Tubi money.
To be determined.
Yeah, I love it.
I'll take it.
We'll wrap this up about these guys. One thing I found interesting was this 80-20 rule, and about that only the top. If you want to go in more detail about it, but the top 80% of women are only interested in the top 20% of men, which would tell me, if I was back into that dating world, if that was true,
you got no shot.
Why even bother? Right. Yeah. And so then that's the
that's
people
how
that
they
get
become
upset with
incels. They start resenting the women because they're impossible to reach standards. And I get it. I'm not in that world, so I can't really speak to that.
You've been in that world longer than us.
You're married,
aren't you?
I'm going married for what? 20?
That's
30 years next March. Yeah.
That's
so
not incel.
yeah.
I did some research on where the term incel came from, and it was from a girl who actually said, there are a lot of women and men that actually just do not feel like they want to. They don't want to go out and have to have sex.
Well, it started, and
it was hijacked over by these guys.
It started as a female empowerment movement, like,
Exactly.
hey, you know what? We're gonna not have sex with you, and then they took it, they co-opted the word and became incels, involuntarily celibate.
Yeah,
And,
it's either are we at. We are in a place where you can't do the things that we did back in the 80s, and even if you just think about how many movies back in the how they treated women, and like just could not play for today.
Oh my God!
I mean, there's
Porky's.
number one. I mean, which was based like in the 50s, back
Revenge
in
of
the
the
80s.
Nerds.
All of those things.
Even 16 Candles was getting some flack.
100%. And so I think it's hard as that generation grew up and they went through all of that. And they all came out of the 70s, which was the sexual revolution, where everybody had, and so then it made it easier for the 80s to come in and say, well, these ladies obviously want to have sex, so now and now let's just go after. They want to be objectified. They have that empowerment, but the empowerment that most women want is just to be equal.
Yeah,
is equal, and that leads up to what's happening with this J.P. Morgan lawsuit that's going on.
So you sent us a text about this before you skedaddled out of town.
I didn't
and
even
was
know
like,
what it was.
What the hell?
Okay.
I had to tell my wife about it. She goes, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah."
So I'm going to show you. Okay, so
but it speaks about the imbalance of sexual discrimination and what a lot of people are dealing with in the workplace. This is a crazy story, and I know nothing really about it. Still,
I'll give you. I'll give the readers digest. I'll give you. Okay, so there was a John Doe that was filing sexual harassments against his boss.
Okay, anonymously.
Anonymously
In New York, high level job.
J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan.
Okay,
giant.
He has come out since they found out who he was, and because there was court records already out of what he was claiming had happened to him, and it is coming out now to where this executive told him, forced him to, he had to have sex with her. He had to basically be her servant, and would also demean him enough to call him brown boy all the time. That these are direct quotes of what this guy is claiming.
It's every video you've ever searched for online.
Right,
basically.
yeah. It's like set up to one of the movies that you guys are going to make.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna put this over. All right, so this is
his boss.
This is the boss that he's talking about. If you guys want to pull up the article so we can get the actual names, I should have wrote down the names. Again, I was flying on an airplane. I didn't get a lot of this stuff. So this is the boss, and she is being accused of saying these very sexual things to this subordinate of this guy. Now
he was John Doe.
John Doe. He's out now. And one of the things I feel like I should edit what he had said. He's apparently married to an Asian woman.
Chirayu Rana.
Okay, that's him, right?
Is the man, and he's made claims against Lorna Hajini.
Okay.
Yeah, we are so white.
I'm going to go back to John Doe. Easier to say. But this is the guy?
This is the guy.
And I'll steal this from a radio station in town in Orlando. He looks like Indian Woody.
Dude looks like Mac and me.
Okay. now, so we say this. We're talking about misogynistic things that men say and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we're not believing this guy.
No, because you look at her and look at him.
Okay, you say that. But he also claims that she said, and I need to edit this, and I'll do it in my mind. He claims that she said to him, "I bet your blankety blank Asian wife doesn't have these cannons."
Nope.
While exposing her breasts.
He said that she did it to him?
She did it to this man right here. That
no woman that I have been around has ever described her pontoons as cannons.
I love how you say pontoons. But no, and I was saying this too as I was camping out with these millennials and Gen Zers. They're like, nobody believes you.
No.
I mean, at all. Now, if this was true, but that's where we're at. We don't believe this guy.
So Lorna is denying all this, right?
Oh, 100%.
100%. But you guys, okay. There is no woman that we have ever been around, and we've been with a lot of women in this room right here. I'll tell you what, that has ever said anything like what this guy.
No, but also like
blankety blank.
We're talking about 80s movies and stuff where it's like Porky's and whatnot. It's like this guy, if this was an 80s movie, it's like he would be getting high fives and
100%. Right. Can you see how like all of this does kind of work all together in one big story?
Yes.
We're not believing it where tables have turned.
He's got some jokey name in the frat house with Animal House.
This reminds me of the movie Disclosure. With
Disclosure is a great idea.
Demi Moore was in
Michael Douglas?
Powerful. Yeah, Michael Douglas, Demi Moore, and he was she was sexually harassing him. And nobody believed him. Very similar situation. You think he watched that movie and then said, "Hey, I got an idea for a lawsuit."
Look at those cannons.
I don't know.
So stuff came out that he went into ChatGPT and had to kick out what he replied to or put into this, like
to get an idea.
Yeah, to get an idea.
So ChatGPT came up with the cannons line.
That's what they're saying.
That's gold.
That is
that's gold.
Which how much should he feed into his?
That's the point I was going to make. Right. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. You know,
Oh,
so,
they probably fed a picture of her into it.
Also, how pissed is his wife?
We would.
She was yelling. He was calling her some racist.
Racist.
We're not allowed to repeat that.
I just don't feel comfortable saying it because it's really mean and racist.
It is mean.
And but the thing about it is if we're going to do that for women, we should do that from him. But because of the absurdity of what he is claiming, it's hard for me to do that.
You want to believe the witnesses are the victims. You want to believe the victims, and so I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. She's denying it, obviously. So I don't know.
Look, I believe Harvey Weinstein. I believe everything everybody said about Harvey Weinstein.
Where are you headed? Hold on.
No, I believe.
Right, let's do a hard edit and say what you were about to say because we talked.
What I'm saying is, I believe everything every woman said against Harvey Weinstein.
Okay, thank you.
Because look at him versus like Gwyneth Paltrow or whoever else that was like claiming stuff against him. With this, you go as a guy. With that one, you look at the Harvey Weinstein thing as a guy and go, yeah, he did that.
Mm-hmm.
With this one, you look at this and go, yeah, she didn't do that.
I don't know. It's just I like I said, I'm not very familiar with the story, but it seems like the explicit accusations seem a little.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Out there,
And then he quit his job.
Mm-hmm.
He quit his other job 3 weeks ago because all the accusations started coming out. So he was he took off and like freaked out and da 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 da. Like he freaked out over the whole thing because he knew he was lying.
We have to believe him until the court proves otherwise because that is what we've been saying with the Me Too movement.
Did they attend a Coldplay concert together?
I think
maybe
possibly.
He'll be here.
That's the telltale sign.
Can we invite him to be on Opinionish next week?
I don't know with
that guy?
the amount the camera keeps moving.
I don't know, man. Now that I'm looking at him, he is pretty irresistible looking.
He is there he is right
Horrible
there.
chin.
I mean, maybe it could just be that looks like his ID picture, doesn't it? Because it's the white background.
It's like his passport.
To get into the building and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Did you say Woody from Toy Story?
Yeah, the Indian Toy Story.
Yeah.
Indian Woody.
Accurate.
All right. Speaking of Woodies and Woods, and Dolly Parton, Dolly Wood as well. Matt, thank you so much for wearing. Let me tell you why she is not.
Here we go again.
I got the shirt at Target.
This woman needs to be the president of the United States.
Absolutely.
I would
my
vote.
God.
I would have felt so much better for the past 5 elections if she was on the ballot. I would be so comfortable with my vote.
I will tell
Everyone
you.
loves Dolly.
I'll tell you the funny story. Mitch and I went. Was it Vegas? It was Vegas. So we go to Vegas. There's a 20-foot poster of Dolly Parton.
Oh yeah,
10 of it is her cannons.
exactly.
He goes over and just sits up next to the cannons. So,
Well, you have to. I mean,
she
makes fun
knows
of it. Yeah, that's what I love
best
about
hug
her.
you'll ever have is Dolly Parton.
I've interviewed her several times. Every single time, she is so genuine and just so happy, and she put up with my crap most of the time. But just like when you're in the around somebody that they have that spirit around them.
Yeah.
This is that woman, man.
She's a delight, and we've all met her. Actually, I had the honor of a lifetime. I got to shake her hand. You got a full embrace.
I got a hug.
Oh man, she was seated
And I'm
and mic'd
6'2",
up
and it was
for an interview.
it was great.
Let's talk about why she's in the news right now. As you can see, we're playing it off of her.
She released a video online today, just kind of thanking everybody for their well wishes. You know, she hasn't been really making that many public appearances last year. Her husband, longtime husband, Carl Dean, passed away a year ago now. And so she's also been suffering some health issues herself. I know her sister went online about the same time after her husband passed, kind of caused a little bit of panic, hysteria.
They said,
pray for my sister. But fortunately,
Dolly had to come out and say, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Right
Yeah,
after Betty White went down, we're like, no,
not again.
this one.
So she just put a video out, and it's hilarious as usual, making puns, making jokes about herself, saying that she's all right, but she has experienced some dizziness and some side effects of kidney stones.
I want you everybody just look how beautiful that woman is too. I know we've been talking about beauty and everything like that, and even beyond that. And she just talks about like, these are all wigs. This is all. It takes tons of makeup to put this on.
Frame-mogging her whole life.
She's
and
80
I don't
years
care.
old. And what I love,
how old again?
80.
She's 80.
She's 80. And
God,
what I love
like
is the rumor of her having 2 full sleeve tattoos.
What?
You know that? There's a rumor.
I don't think she has tats.
She does wear.
Because
Not
she
that there's
always
anything wrong with
wears, but there's always been this rumor about her having like full sleeve tattoos.
I mean, she's not afraid of needles, but I don't know. She doesn't seem like a tat person. I'm sure she maybe has small tats, but not a whole sleeve.
She squandered it, but for you.
Did I say that? Did I say that right? That was a slip.
I'm sorry.
She has.
I had to say that.
Tats.
Fire the cannons.
But I think
we're all going to hell.
I would love to see her tats. If she has
Yeah, but that was the rumor for years. That
Maybe
she was like
maybe,
tatted up. Like,
yeah, maybe
but
she'll
she's
show her
not.
tats.
I don't think she was.
No, she's
Mitch,
not.
let's start a
She-
petition
she-
for Dolly
but
to show her tats.
I'm going to be very careful when I type
She's
that
the
out.
nicest woman in the world.
Comment right now.
Comment.
Show us your tats.
She's the reason we got out of
That good.
COVID and everything.
Anyway, well, yeah, we met
I
her.
love you, Dolly.
We love you, Dolly Parton, and
they're
don't
gonna
go
op-
anywhere. Stay safe and stay healthy, please.
We
Thank you.
need you. We need Dolly today.
What's wild is they were talking about opening a Dollywood in Orlando.
Really?
So that might be a thing. And
They had the
So-
Dixie Stampede.
Oh,
Yeah.
I went to the Christmas one.
I
It
interviewed
was
her
awesome.
down there one time. One of the 4 times I got to interview her, it was we were down there, and it was the first time I interviewed, and I was so nervous. And she just, I think she picked up on it,
She's just so warm now.
and she just made it just so much
She knows
easier for me.
she knows how much it means to you to meet her, and she sees this
Without a doubt.
every day. She experiences everybody.
Let me show you how it works. So she has a handler, which, you know, you have to if you're Dolly Parton. He'll come out, and he's this great guy, and he'll say, "Hey, how you doing? You Mitch? Yeah, okay. She's gonna be talking to you. Okay, she's backstage right now. You know, she'll be coming up here in just a second. Oh, hey, how are you doing, man? What's your name? Yada yada." Goes back, tells him, "Hey, there's Mitch is the short, fat guy," and he
Does
kind of
a little
sets it up.
recon for her.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I have no issue with whatsoever,
Right.
because she wants me to have that experience. That tells me more about she wanted me to have the full Dolly Parton experience.
So she comes out and says your
And
name
then
to you.
she goes, "You must be Mitch."
Oh man.
And you're
that's-
like,
yeah.
now Tony Perside, remember TP?
Yeah, TP.
Okay, so he was my photographer, and we brought Wayne with us because Cheryl wanted to be. So we're all in the back here. So I look like the Beverly Hillbillies back here because TP just had a little baby girl, and they wanted to meet her, and so the baby. She's like, "Oh, let me hold that baby," and she picked up
really?
TP's baby, and it went right for him. You can ask TP. I'm not.
Did Wayne also? Did Wayne also go right for him?
I think that's a prime example of what just happened.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Right
doubt
for
it
it.
if Wayne did. I couldn't remember that. The whole time I'm just like, oh wow, is this gonna?
Oh, my
she's
gosh.
gonna walk in and she's gonna see this group of like just weird. You get TP with his
Billy
daughter and his wife, and then
Nothing that-
Fat Mitch, and
Nothing that makes sense.
nothing made sense at all. But she still made it just a great experience for everybody. Like she did not care, and
I
think that says everything about her.
I just had a brief moment with her. We were covering IAAPA,
It's the amusement park thing.
a convention here in Orlando, and then I was there with Andy Campbell, our beloved buddy, our co-host.
Yes.
And I was just there helping him, and because he wrote a bunch of jokes, and they were all boob jokes. They were all boob jokes.
Yeah, that's Andy.
Classic Andy. But honestly, she made them before he could, and they were funnier than his jokes.
Oh, of course.
Yes, she's so self-deprecating and hilarious and sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
And she greeted us warmly, and I got to shake her hand. That's closest to God I ever got.
Closest to God?
Yeah.
I would say so. I would think that's very fitting.
Yeah, I mean, she's just a wonderful person. Here's a look at Andy.
This is Andy because we love our buddy Andy.
It's my dad. It's my dad.
Donnie Osmond. And that's Matt's dad. Yeah,
Right,
100%. That's when we were on the daily bus.
She is a saint. And Andy,
Sorry. I don't think the crowd saw that.
I can stare at Andy all day.
All right. I don't. So there's Dolly, and then here is our buddy Andy. There we go.
Daily
Now
Buzz.
they can see it. Dear boy, man, name. Anyway,
Remember
thank
that
you,
show?
Dolly, for everything. And if whatever she tells me to do, I'm going to do it. Dolly Parton, she can do no harm in my life.
I would love for she to come back to Orlando and open something up.
If she opens that up, I mean, we'll be out there, and like, I mean, she's 80 and she's still pushing on, so I'm so happy for her.
What she's done, she has this book club that she has had for years, where if you have a child, no matter what, you can sign up for it. And every year you'll get a book. Just so you can read, because she believes so much in that. And there was a big controversy in California where they had set it up, and she had donated money for the club, having the book club out there, and they can't find the money at all. If you can imagine that in California. And anybody that does something bad to Dolly, I think that takes you to a different level. If you stole Dolly Parton's money, something should happen to you.
Dolly versus Oprah, who wins in a fight?
Oh, Dolly. And without 100%.
Oh my God.
Dolly's had the years, man. I mean,
Dolly's got the claws.
I think across the
don't
board,
think that's
across
fair.
all political aisles, religious, whatever, everyone adores Dolly Parton.
and she stays out of politics.
And that's the thing.
That's why we love her.
That's why she's smart.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Well, Maddie, thank you for joining us.
Thanks,
Anything you
guys.
want to promote, Bodie?
No, I'm good. Just watch all the Sloth World stuff that's coming out, and please, kind of back all that stuff, because I believe that there is something that's going to come out of this, and I'm hoping it's good stuff. So let's promote that. So watch out for all that.
Yeah, whenever you get out of prison, please swing by.
I had nothing to do with it. Okay,
but whatever the next disaster is that you get involved in, please let us know.
I don't know how I end up in all. What do you got going?
Tubi, bud, Tubi. I'm doing this Tubi campaign. I'm going hard.
We're looking for you, Tubi. We're coming to you.
We're coming for you, Tubes.
You can check out, of course, a new episode of OPINIONish every Wednesday. We release them out, and you can find it anywhere, of course, where you're like listening right now. So check that out as well. Any topics you'd like us to discover and maybe even talk about here on the show, we'd love to hear it. You could drop us an email or just head by our website, opinionishpodcast.com. Again, a new episode every single Wednesday right here, wherever you get your podcast. I had fun today, y'all. Thank you, Travis. You guys are worth me flying from the airport.
Yeah, straight
from the airport.
You're
coming here. I do stink, man. I want to go home and take a shower so bad.
Just jump in your pool.
I think I might do that. Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Very good. Any preview we need to follow up for next week? Anything we talk about?
I don't know. I want to start talking some movies on here because that's my bread and butter. I missed the screening tonight to come here to be with you guys.
What'd you miss? What'd you miss?
It was the Billie Eilish 3D movie, the concert movie. I actually took my daughters to see the concert here when she was in Orlando, and it's phenomenal. But she's co-directing this with James Cameron. James Cameron only makes like 5 movies, so and they're all
always good,
the best ever made,
shot well.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. The 5 movies are Avatars. He's made other movies.
Blue? Like, is she blue or is she getting the Titanic?
No. But she has a song called Blue, and it's a really good song. And we saw the concert live, but I'd love to see it on the big screen, 3D also. So.
Do we need to see her in 3D? I mean,
I don't know, but I mean, they like these concert experiences. Taylor Swift had her Eras tour in theaters, and it made a ton of money. So I'd like to go see it. But I will see a different movie. We can talk about something next week.
I'd see a Dolly concert in 3D. That'd be a good one.
Oh my God, wouldn't it? We got to promote your critic website.
Critics.com, CRITTICKS. I'm Travis Dale, and I do movie reviews. So if you want to see any of the reviews I got, they're on my website, written up, and we'll be talking to them about the movies, breaking them down here. And I'd like to, the next one, I invite you to come with me.
I will come.
You guys can come, and then we'll bring you guys along with us when we share our opinions about the movie.
I love that. All right. Thanks so much again for watching us. And of course, we love hearing from you. Either good or bad. Tell us what we're doing wrong. And yes, I will get more lighting on my camera here next week. I was at it.
We look great.
You guys actually look. If you would just keep your hand still, I could have a shot on you. I'm going to fix all that stuff. I wanted to do that this week, but the camping trip with my kids, my oldest, Carter, turned 33 this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
And
is he married yet?
Yeah, not married. Got a very steady girlfriend, beautiful girl named Hannah. And I brought before I went out there, I ordered birthday cake MREs.
Mm-hmm.
And so we sang around the campfire, MR meals ready to eat. So we just opened it up and ate cake.
That's awesome.
It was fun. Yeah, and because he doesn't really get into birthdays.
We got to tell the Carter story one day.
Yeah, you do. I think did you work there when he almost got kidnapped? My son.
I didn't get that, but that's a story I want to hear.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe I can have him on and he can explain it to this day. Maybe we can do that. All right, we got to wrap things up. Thanks again for joining us. This is OPINIONish. Results may vary.